What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy C-Dub, aka Whit, coming at you guys with one more CBR 6 of 7. You just saw the disclaimer. There is no rear camera. That bad boy was dead. So we're just now getting started with the men's 30 plus category 3-4 race, and this is my first time all year doing this race. And right in front of me is Steven Netter, and to my left with the big orange 205 is Dennis, and to my right that is Deshaun. So currently we just now getting started. This is my third race of the day. The sun is out, people's guns are out. I mean, this is my first time doing a 3-4 race all year long, and I was very leery and was very curious how this race was going to go. As you already know, the category 4-5 race, I was pulled, got 17th. The category 4 race, I was pulled and got a DNF. And now I'm doing the third race of the day. This course has 4 turns in it. Between turn number 3, as we're coming to right now, and turn number 4, there is a 3 to 5% little roller. So I don't have to keep repeating that. This is the 3 to 5% roller right here as I continue sitting on Dennis's wheel. And then you see me go around Dennis, jumping on Indy's wheel, which is rocking that green most active rider, that jersey. And so I jump up on Indy's wheel of Serious Cycling, and I knew his wheel was a good one to be on, and so I jumped up on that as he came underneath, and as you see, brought me a little bit more midway to the pack. There was roughly about 40 to 40 riders in this race. There's actually 40 riders in this race, and I didn't know what to expect. And I can tell you now that of the day, this was my favorite race. Not just because of the result, but just because the mannerism of this race. So, hey, I'm totally stoked about it, and totally stoked to be able just to do 3 races. And I can tell you this, being roughly a week later, your boy's legs felt the effort, felt the pain, and was paying for it. Right there, number 227 to the left in that white kit, that is Ron Tello of Paddock Racing Team, and that is the team that I used to race for. And so I'm actually excited to do this category 3-4 race, men's 30 plus, because these are some different people that I have not raced with or against, as well as just some different names to call out. So right now I am jumping on Kelly's wheel of DNA Cycling. So this is a female in the men's race, and sometimes they will do that when a female category does not have enough racers, so they will combine the two. So again, right here to my 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, that's Steven Netter. I'm sitting on Kelly's wheel, and that is Dennis right there coming up. And we're making our way to turn number 4 and going on to the start finish. You may have seen me sitting on the gold jersey wearer, and that is Brian Uno of Team Redlands. And so he's actually leading this series. And so we have Indy of Serious Cycling, who has the green jersey, and we have Brian of Team Redlands, which you see his teammate right here, that is Ryan Voth, coming underneath. And so he is wearing, if you look at 1 o'clock right there in the gold jersey, that is that is Brian Uno. So right here to my left, currently, that is Paul Whit, one of the new members of Paddock Racing Team. And then you see number 220 coming underneath me, and I will get on his wheel for an extended period of time, and you will see him throughout this video. Number 220 is Johnny, and yeah, so we're making our way. And they still got Johnny down with Big Orange, but I don't think he's with Big Orange anymore, because this is not a Big Orange kit that he is rocking. There's a couple of guys wearing this hashtag factory built kit right here. So I believe, according to what the website told me, that number 220 right here, this is Johnny. So if I got that wrong, please forgive me. But just looking at the registration and the final results, and that's what 220 name was according to the registration. So right now, coming up on another Big Orange rider, and this is, maybe this is Johnny. maybe this is Johnny right here. So maybe I got something mixed up. He's 223. So that's Nate. That may be Nate, yeah. So I remember that from the Category 4 race. So that big orange guy right there was Nate, and the 220 guy in the factory built kit was Johnny. So right now I am sitting on Ben's wheel of Bosch Stage 2, and just staying with the group. You see right now my heart rate's at 178, so it is up a little bit. We're going 25 miles an hour. Revolutions per minute is 79. And this right here is one of the legend Paddock Racing Team members on my right. That is JR, who really kind of is one of the founding fathers of Paddock Racing Team, and he was stationed here. He's also military. He was stationed here in San Diego, California, and has recently been, within probably just over a year, been stationed in Hawaii. He's moving up the way. Now I'm sitting on Ron Tello's wheel, but JR was one of the founding members of Paddock Racing Team. So to have him here racing with a few of his teammates, I think they had like 5 or 6 guys in this race. So it was awesome to be able to race with him. I've ridden with him a few times when I was on the team, but actually being able to race against him was cool, just being in the same race together. So JR, it was amazing seeing you out there. It was amazing being able to race with you and seeing you out on the roads on some of my training rides in the following weeks. And so but yeah, so right now sitting on Ron Tello's wheel, and right there in the dare kit, that is, let me find his name, that is Nazareth. So right there at about 11 o'clock, that's Nazareth, and I'll be on his wheel eventually in this race, but currently just sitting on Ron Tello's wheel because I knew that Paddock Racing Team had a good showing, and that this was a great opportunity for them to pull something together. You know, they had JR in the room, they had Julius in the room, which is the team president, they had Ron Tello, they had Freddie Lindo, the vice president, they had Paul Whit. They had a few hitters in this race, and so I didn't know what they were going to put together, but I knew that being on Ron Tello's wheel would have been and was a good wheel to sit on. And so right now we're just making our way through the start and finish again, and you see just to the 12 o'clock, or excuse me, to the 11 o'clock of Ron Tello. You can't see him right now. That is Irvin of Breakaway Cycling, and he is wearing a gray, black, and I believe orange and yellow kit. Now he's right in front of Ron Tello, and again you got Nate right there to the left, and so we're just making our way. And so of course sometimes I leave a little gap right here just so somebody can come and get in front of me. Nate didn't come up, so I just took the inside turn and making my way up to Nazareth's wheel, and you see right there 242, that is Irvin. So right now I come inside past a few people and making my way up, and of course I see Freddie Lindo up here. This is Freddie about my 11 o'clock right now, and in the PRT kit, but I keep moving my way up, and then we're coming into turn number 3. 238 is going to be Hilario of South Bay Wheelman, and so I jump on his wheel. He's wearing a different kit. You'll see a few different South Bay Wheelman kits here. So you can see the light blue one right there. He goes inside. I kind of keep it neutral and jump back on Indy's wheel. As you see, I'm passing a few of the PRT members. You see there Ryan Volk popping up to the front again, and we got Dennis to my left, as well as we got Johnny to my right. And so this kit right here that we're passing 234, that's another South Bay Wheelman kit. And so you see that they have a light blue version, and they also have a navy blue version. So right now you see me pop inside as we come through the start finish, because I didn't really want to be as far forward as I was. I wanted some people to come over the top of me, and so you see here that we had Hilario. He came up, a few other guys came up, and so I just jumped back on Hilario's wheel and trying to conserve as much energy as I can. And also in this race, my mentor Steven Netter of Big Orange, number 231, he was actually giving me some in-race coaching, like get out of the wind and you're doing good and stay right there and just hold it right there, just stay right there. So he was giving me some coaching in the race, and I really appreciate that. So Netter, I really appreciate you, your insight and your wisdom and your advice in this race, helping me to do a lot better in this race than I did in the previous 2 races. And so right now, just sitting again on Dennis's wheel, or just sitting to the inside of him, you see here we got moves going up the road. I think that's Johnny trying to make a move. Indy's on his wheel. Hilario's on his wheel, Dennis is on his wheel, and then 203 comes up, which is Byron for DNA. He comes up. So right now I'm kind of sitting on Ryan Volth's wheel, and to my left I have a really good pal buddy of mine who is Ronnie Chalk of SC VELO. He works at Cycles, and so if you need anything up that way, I'm not sure specifically where Cycles is, but he is an amazing person. Him and my little sister Avery, they be crushing the game. They got some silver medals this week at the CBR Memorial Weekend Omnium, so they did a really good job this weekend. So kudos to those guys. But right now, again, this is another factory built. Didn't get his number, so not sure who this is. Right here to my left is Stephen Brown, number 225. That's Stephen Brown. That dude is a missile. And there is Nazareth right there on Stephen Brown's wheel. And so just got a lot of guys coming around me, but I'm just trying to hold wheels and trying to stay out of the wind. This is Freddie Lindo right here with that brand new POC helmet. That thing is a nice looking helmet. It really does stand out. So hey, I like it because you can be seen with that helmet on. So right now, just trying to stick behind Freddie because, again, racing with these guys and now against these guys, I kind of know what the leg strength of some of these riders are. I know that Freddie can stay in the saddle and can turn it up on you and do a good lead. You know, he can do a good lead out. He can, you know, he can really put down some wattage staying in the saddle. As you see, again, I'm on Johnny's wheel, and there's one of his teammates going up. This right here is John T. He used to race with Impact Cycling, and now he's doing his solo thing, kind of like what I'm out here doing, riding solo. I think to my right, I want to say to my right now is my mentor, Steven Netter. I think that's him right here to my right. And to be exact, that is him. So my mentor is to my immediate right now. He's to my 3 o'clock as we make it up this little 5% climb. You see I'm pushing over 540 watts. Netter's going up the road, coming around Byron, and just sticking to Dennis's wheel. I have Ben coming up right here, so I jump back on Ben's wheel, and sometimes I'll leave a little gap in front of me when I see a person progressing up, just because that's I don't have to necessarily push any additional watts. I can kind of sustain where I'm at and then let them utilize their wattage to come up and fill in that gap. I just jump on their wheel and keep it moving. So right now you see we're pushing over 200 I'm coasting right now, but you see my heart rate is at 182. So my heart rate is getting very, very close to what I call my plateau. And I say my plateau is anywhere from 184 to 188. And when I get in that range, I really start to not do so well. But what I did notice in this race was that I was recovering very, very well. And probably because this race had men of the age of 30 and over, you know, so it wasn't consistent, you know, rockets off the left, rockets off the right. But yet it was a more cool, chill, hit it type of ride. So you see guys up there to the right, they were over on the right hand side. Now they're kind of coming back in way of where the peloton is, and probably trying to jump in and get a draft. And so right now I'm just tucked in and making our way down to turn number 3. And you see my heart rate has dropped down. So just a minute ago I was at 182. Now I'm back down to 169, which as you all may know, that 160s, from 160 to about 167, I feel like it's a really good recovery for me. So right now, as I go outside, making up some weight, maintaining my momentum, I pass a lot of people, past Steven Netter, past, you know, Ronnie Chalk. I make my way up. So I'm actually currently sitting in the wind, and I believe Steve was telling me, get out of the wind, get out of the wind, get out of the wind. I was like, okay, I will. But at the time I couldn't do anything because, as you see, I got people to my right. So of course I have to be wise and be smart when I make my moves. So I was able to jump on Nazareth's wheel and keep it moving. Right now, as we go through the start finish, I ask that if you are watching this video for the first time and you have not yet subscribed to the Critwit Roadrunner family, I ask that you would hit that subscribe button, that red subscribe button. And if you can't see that red subscribe button right now because you got this thing covering your full screen, I ask that you would hover over my logo in the bottom right and you can click subscribe there. If you do not have a YouTube account but you are watching these videos, I ask that you would pause the video right now and go ahead and set up that free account, and I ask that you would come back and please subscribe to my journey of cycling. Simply, that's what it is. It's local rides, local Hammerfest, and it is racing. It's some unboxings, it's some reviews, and it's just my journey back in the saddle as a bicycle racer, a crit racer, hence the name Crit Whit. So we're making our way now down to turn number 3, and we're going. So right now I have Ben over there, 226 with Bosch, Peter Verth right there with DNA Cycling, he's going up. Irvin is going up, and there's my mentor, Steven Netter. I'm coming up on Ronnie Chalk's wheel, and so again, I know he's a strong rider, so instead of trying to accelerate around him, especially in that climb, I just, let my momentum continue on as we were climbing that and jumped on his wheel, because I know he is one that is pretty much like in second place behind the race leader. So right here we have Ron Tello to my immediate left, and I'm just currently sitting on Ronnie Chalk's wheel. So I'll again leave a little gap and let Ron Tello come in. Ron is a little bit wider than Ronnie, and so it just gives me for a little bit better draft. You see my heart rate's back up to 178, 179. We're going 28 miles an hour. We're coasting right now, so you see there's no power coming out. But again, this race was really, really nice, and it reminded me of the first time I did a 30 plus 3-4 race, which was last year at Manhattan Beach, and that was my second race of the day, and I didn't have any good nutrition or whatever, and I think I got pulled from that race, but ultimately that race felt a lot better because of the mannerism of it. And as I expressed earlier, this race was my favorite race of the day, and so I really do look forward to doing more 30, 35 plus 3-4 races, or anything of that nature. If you're watching this video, and this video is going live before Lagrange's Grand Prix event, I have actually just registered for the 35 plus category 1 through 4. So that is going to be a great experience, and I ask that you guys would really set the notification bell and subscribe to see that experience. We're going to be racing on the actual Porsche Experience Center's Porsche race course, and that's going to be amazing. So right now we're coming through the climb again. I got John right here to my 11 o'clock. I'm sitting on another South Bay Willman's wheel, and this may be Rooney, number 234, that's Rooney. And so again, as you see, SBW has 2 different kits. We see the skin suit, the light blue one, and we also see what Rooney is wearing right here. This is the black blue skin suit as well. But that's one thing, as I've mentioned before in some of my other commentary videos, that it's really good to know what kind of kits these teams have, because racers may wear a different kit on said race day, and you may have multiple guys on the same team wearing different kits, and so it's really nice to know that, because that could play a part into some of the tactics. So just being mindful of what the teams are doing by just looking around before the race starts, identifying who's who in the zoo, and getting your tickets and your tokens ready so that you can make the right moves when you need to. I haven't told you yet that this video is roughly 35 minutes long, and it's about to ask you to do something. Stand by. Please subscribe. So as we continue on, as I sit on Rooney's wheel, so we're halfway to the end, and so if you are still here, I really appreciate you, and I thank you for taking this time out of your day. But we have just about 17 and a half minutes to go in this video. This video should roughly be just over 35 minutes long, and so I ask that if you're watching this video and you're at home, I ask that you would get comfortable. I ask that you would, if you're at the gym, I ask that you would program that bad boy for 35 minutes, and let's continue it on. So right now I'm making my way up, and here's Peter Verth right there, 218, as I sit on John's wheel, and we're making our way up. And so you see I was not hitting high wattage. I think my power meter was probably off just a little bit there, but I have Brian Uno, the race leader, right here to my immediate left. You see Ronnie Chalk on the outside moving, making his way up, and Deshaun tried to jump on that wheel, but you see here Brian is out of the saddle because he just saw that Ronnie was going up on the outside, and he realizes that Ronnie is in contention trying to get bar points so that he can get in that gold jersey, and Brian Uno doesn't want that. But since I know Brian is in the lead, because again he's wearing the jersey, as we all know, I jump on that wheel and I hold that wheel as long as I can, because again I know that he's going to respond to those necessary moves. If it's not something that needs to be moved on, he's going to sit in, conserve his energy, and wait to the end and have the energy to use so that he can stay in the winner's jersey. And so again, this is race number 6 of 7, and so right now he's still wearing it, and I'm not sure where he sits because I'm not sure. I don't think he won this race, but he still may be sitting in first place with the overall leader's jersey. So right now you see I'm coming up on Irvin of Breakaway Cycling, and I'm gonna go inside because I know PRT, I know Paddock Racing Team. So right now I have the president, which is Julius, to my 1 o'clock, he JR, their senior advisor, which is right in front of him. And so I'm just tucked in right now as we get ready to go through turn number 3, and I eventually am going to get on Julius's wheel because Julius just had a baby, so congratulations to you, brother. And so I knew that I could jump on this wheel. So you see there we got Freddie Lindo up front, we have JR, and then we have Julius here. And so right now I know that I'm around good, strong riders right now. So I was in a good place at this point in the race. Being 20 minutes into this race, I was very, very surprised with myself because I'm actually coming up on when the other races I was getting pulled. And so as you see right now, my heart rate's at 162. So to be this far in the race and for my heart rate to only be what it is, I was kind of impressed. I was kind of shocked, to be honest with you. And you see here we got Ryan Voth jumping underneath. We got Rooney following that wheel because Ryan Voth is one known from sitting in the back of the peloton and literally attacking from the back. He won't move up to the front and then attack. He will literally attack you from the back of the pack. And I've seen some of his videos where he hits, 1,400 watts, 1,600 watts attacking from the back, and nobody can jump on, and he sends it on home to win the race. So I've seen a few of Ryan Voth's videos and have been truly and immensely impressed. So right now, sitting on Julius's wheel as he's rocking those amazing Force socks, Feel the Force. And also, just to put a little plug right here, if you're ever looking for some sock game update, I ask that you would hit me up in the comment section below, and I can give you my Force Try sock discount, and you can get 15% off of your order. So just let me know down in the comment section below. If you've ever seen my Instagram, I ask that you would check out my Instagram, crit.whit at Instagram, and you can see my sock game. If you would like to see a little bit more picture footage of your boy C-Dub, I ask that you would check me out on Facebook at Garnett Whitmire III. And so Force socks are amazing socks. I really, really like them. And in the near future, I look to do some custom Critwit socks with them. So right now you see me going underneath PRT, just moving up to come up and get on Nate's wheel and next to Rooney and we're just making our way up through this climb. And so I'm learning, as I've said before, that I do okay in these small little rollers. Big climbs like Mount Palomar or anything that's over 30 minutes plus long, your boy don't do too good. But some small little diggers, I can probably hold it down a little bit. Not saying I won't be tired when it's all said and done, but I think I do all right. And so I've also learned while doing these little roller climbs like this, to try to stay seated as much and as long as you can before coming out of the saddle, because being over 230 pounds, I expend a lot of energy when it goes down. So right now I'm sitting on Kevin's wheel and of Big Orange, and so there's a lot of Big Orange in this race as well. So right now I'm just sitting on Kevin's wheel, and I'm gonna move up to Irvin's wheel, and you see me going underneath. So there's Ron Tello. Don't want to kill it, don't want to dive bomb it, so I kind of held up just a little bit and let Ron Tello come on and clean through his turn. And then I'm just sitting to the inside of him. Again, as I mentioned before, Ron Tello is a strong rider. He's kind of like one of the known sprinters for Paddock Racing Team, and so again, I knew that I'm in a good position. So Ryan Voth is following back of Team Redlands, and we're currently at 23 minutes in this race. And look at my heart rate, 158 beats per minute, 23 minutes in the race. Your boy is shocked right now. I'm just feeling elated right now because I'm still in this race. I'm still with the group. I'm still with the pack, and I'm moving up right now. So you see right now I'm moving up to 203. That's Byron again, and there's Johnny, and you see me moving up. And here's Nazareth again of Dare. I think I called him DNA earlier. Maybe not, but Nazareth of Dare. And so jumped on his wheel, and I've seen him a lot in a lot of different races. I'm not sure if I've raced with him before, but I do see him at a lot of the races, so he gets it in as well. But had the opportunity to get here and to jump on Nazareth's wheel, and we're making our way. And I believe right in front of him is James 204. So watch James in this turn number one. James is Brother, you did good. So right now I'm sitting off of Nazareth's wheel, but I'm currently behind James. Check James out right here. He cut that millimeters close. He cut that so close. My goodness, I can't even express how close that was. But he maintained it, he held through, and he made it through that turn safely. So good job on you, James, for making through that turn. You see here, he had a lot more room between his bike and that curb this time. But right now, jumping back on Nazareth's wheel and seeing what's going on, jump back on James's wheel. Now I go underneath because I have momentum coming up, and I'm going to jump on Freddie Lindo's wheel, I believe. And I see I could have went up a little bit further to jump up on Steven's wheel, but I held it right here because, again, knowing the power that Freddie has in his legs, that he could pull up when needed, meaning he can pull me up the peloton a little bit further if necessary. I didn't want to go too far forward because, again, I'm a big boy. We're 25 minutes in, so we got about 10 minutes left in this video. I did not want to be too far forward because I didn't want to have to get pushes like Hilario just had to get right there. Hilario almost ran me off the road, but we all kept it 100. So right now, coming up, and you see here how Freddie just book away from me, but I had to put down some work. I had to get back in the saddle, and I had to get connected. And you see everybody here, everybody's sitting up because nobody wants to do any work on the front, especially knowing that we are getting very, very close to the end. Do we have lap cards up yet? Yes, so we have 5 laps to go right now. So right now we have 5 laps to go, and everybody was sitting up. You got Peter Verth right there, 218. We got Freddie Lindo right in front of me. We have Ben, I believe that's Ben, 2 men up with Bosch Stage 2 with that red and black and yellow kit. And I believe off the front right there, that may be Dennis. I'm not sure if Dennis is leading the way right there. It may be Dennis, but you know, I'm sitting off the front. I believe there may be a little bit of a breakaway up the road. I'm not 100% sure right now, but I do know that I have some hitters around me. We got Ronnie Chalk right there. We got Kevin of Big Orange around. And so we have some hitters around us. And so, again, I'm just staying tucked. We got Brian Uno right there, the race leader. So I'm staying connected to Freddie Lindo's wheel right now because I know, again, from riding with him on Saturdays and Sundays at our donut rides and at our local flow host rides, I know that he has leg power like no other. And so I'm just staying connected with him. So we got Deshaun, we have Peter Verth, we have Byron. So we have a lot of people up here that can make a move when necessary. So here you see Brian Uno staying back as Ronnie Chalk makes his way up the road. I'm not sure if he's going for a bar point. I'm not sure what's going down this lap, but he is making an attack up the road. And so this is why you see the tempo picking up. We're going 24 miles an hour, and that's going to probably go up a little bit. And you see, I'm not sure if Ronnie Chalk is up in the front up there, but you see we're pace lined out as we come through turn number 4 heading to the start finish again. But we went from 24 miles an hour. Now we're at 28 miles an hour because of the attack effort of Ronnie. And so right now you see I'm putting out 102 revolutions per minute. My heart rate is up again, 178 beats per minute. I'm coasting right now, and you see we're still going 24 miles an hour. So again, you see everybody's coasting, nobody's pushing, keeping the tempo going. And I'm not going to lie to you, this helped me out tremendously, being able to recover. So before you saw my heart rate was at 178, now I'm at 173, and I do believe as my fitness gets better, I will recover a lot quicker, meaning that my heart rate will get to the 160s and maybe even one day the 150s to so that I can recover and keep the hammer ready. Because you guys don't understand, your boy is humble but yet hungry. Let me say that again. Your boy is humble, but yet hungry. So right now you see Peter Verth on the left-hand side over there attacking up the left-hand side of the road. You see Brian Uno out the saddle jumping up. You got Rooney up in front. So now you got everybody all over the place trying to figure out what wheel they're going to jump on. And so it kind of spreads out for a little bit, and then it comes back together again as we are progressing our way up through the 3 to 5% roller right here. So again, I jump on Freddie Lindo's wheel. I wish my back camera was working, but again, as I said before, it had died on me, because I really liked the 360-degree preview, or the 300-degree preview of what's going on behind me as well as what's going on in front of me, so that I can give you guys a more complete view of what's going on, so that you don't just see what's in front of you, but yet you can also see what's coming up behind you. And yes, I've been spoiled by having these two cameras and by doing these commentaries, because now I can start to see what's formulating behind me and what transpires in front of me. And so it's really nice having both of those cameras there, and I love having that footage for you as well, so that you can see have a more full experience of what happens in these races. You know, I like to watch just the front camera as well, but having that front and rear camera just adds another level of awesomeness to these videos. If you agree with me, I ask that you would hit that like button. I don't ask for you all to hit like buttons too much, but I have to remind myself about that's another amazing tool, just to be able to look at my YouTube Studio app and see that you all are liking these videos as well. So please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and please share this series with your friends, your fellow riders, your fellow people thinking about riding bicycles. I do, you know, all kinds of rides. So not just racing, but I do local chill rides. Like the other day, did a bike to work video, which was amazing. Got to see a Kissing Monument, got to see the USS Midway, and just get it in. So please have your friends and family to subscribe to the channel and check out some of my other videos. So as you see there, they're hitting it. You got Deshaun up the road out the saddle. You got Irvin trying to jump on his wheel. And again, Freddie Lindo is on it. We're at 31 minutes, so we got roughly about four minutes to go in this race. And I'm still with the group, y'all. Like, this has now been my longest race of the day. Right now, still racing. This has been the longest race of me for the day. And I am super impressed right now, because the other races were not this long, but I was pulled, and maybe it was the weather, maybe it was warming up. I did get a good warm up before this race, so there could be a lot of different factors, but I'm still with the group, and we have roughly 4 minutes to go, so probably about 2 laps to go right now. And you see I'm up here kind of close to the front of the group, maybe about 25th wheel of 40. There was 40 racers in this event. So right now, again, you still see me. I'm still connected with the group. I'm not off the back. I'm here. I'm here with everybody. So right now, I come underneath Freddie Lindo, jumping up on wheels, coming up on Ben's wheel, and we're making our way. Irvin is up there putting down some wattage, trying to stay connected, moving up. You got Brian Uno up the road. I can tell by the gold jersey. You got guys zigzagging left and right because they're trying to make sure people don't jump on their wheels. So you see how the peloton is zigzagging left, zigzagging right, because guys up front are trying to shake people off their wheels, but yet they're staying on the wheel because they don't want to be up front working, because they know that everybody behind the person in front, behind that next guy, is working 30% less than the one in front of them. So no one wants to be out the front. So there's Deshaun, 243, and so I kind of go inside because everybody was flaring out outside. Nobody wants to take the lead, so I come up and jump on Julius's wheel, knowing Julius also is a recognized sprinter for Paddock Racing Team. So I jumped on his wheel, and he's hammered down, but I saw Brian right there, and I had room, so I come up the inside, jump on Brian Uno's wheel, was on that wheel for a second, maintaining my momentum. I passed Ben. I come up on Peter Verth's wheel in the turn. I go around Peter Verth, and now I'm still up here. Here's my mentor, Netter of Impact Racing. So I jump on Netter's wheel. So now I'm sitting on Netter's wheel, and I think we got like 1 lap to go. 33 minutes, and we have bell lap. So they're ringing the bell right now. I'm sitting on Netter's wheel. This is the last lap, ladies and gentlemen, and your boy has done 3 races of the day. And this is the hardest race of the day, and I am still here. I'm sitting next to Irvin, sitting next to Nazareth, sitting next to Ron. They're sitting next to Ronnie Chalk. There's, oh my gosh, there is Johnny. There's Deshaun. And so it's just like, oh my God, I'm still connected with this group. Here's Stephen Brown, who is like a missile. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm here around some hitters. There's Nazareth right there with the Dare bibs on. And I'm like, oh my God, this is we're in between turns number 2 and 3 right now, and I'm still connected, and I'm around some hitters. I didn't know what to do with myself. There's John moving up. There's Freddie Lindo moving up. And you see people on the inside. You see Julius right there on the inside next to Steven. I'm behind Johnny. I'm kind of behind Steven. I'm like, I'm in an ideal position. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I didn't know what to expect. There's Nazareth out the wheel, out the saddle. He's making his way up, jumping on Steven's wheel, passing Deshaun right here, you know, and I'm trying to stay in my saddle, There's Brian Uno making his way up, and he has to because he wants to stay in that jersey. There's Johnny on the outside. There's Ron Tello cutting through, slicing through like he does amazingly. And there's Nazareth. There's Irvin. I cut inside, and we're out the saddle. It's on the way to the sprint. It's on the way to the sprintification, the finish line. And I got Ronnie Chalk in my sights. I was like, let me see if I can catch him. Was unsuccessful with that. Ladies and gentlemen, your boy got 20th of 40, third race of the day. So thankful. So impressed. 20 of 40 for the third race of the day. OMG. I'm super stoked about it. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. Please comment, like, subscribe. On to the next one with your boy, C-Dub, a.k.a. Crit Whit. Peace.